Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 6 of our 21-day fast at New Life Lakeland. And today's prayer emphasis is for pastors Rafael, associate pastor, and Pastor Marie, who's our children's pastor, and their lovely daughters. We want to hold them up in prayer today as they continue to do God's work in our midst, in our family. And today's scripture reading comes from Acts chapter 7, verse 33 through chapter 8, 25. And it's interesting because, like yesterday, we learned about Stephen, who was a follower of God. He was called by the church, chosen by the church for a specific ministry, and yet God used him in greater ways. And then we get to the end here, and it's the end of Stephen's speech, and that he's stoned to death. I mean, things got real, right? Things were getting real at that time. And it says at the end of chapter 7 that a man named Saul was there giving approval. And then right at the beginning of chapter 8, it says that the great persecution broke out against the church, and everyone except the apostles were scattered. So people, followers of Christ, were being scattered. They had to leave their home. They'd leave everything because of the persecution that broke out against the church. And this month, and we're emphasizing being all in. What's it like being all in for God, all in, and to give our lives completely over to Him? What would happen? Well, a good example we find from chapter 8, verse 4, and I'm going to read it for you. It says this: and those who had been scattered. Remember why they were being scattered? Because they were being persecuted for their faith. I mean, Paul was imprisoning them, and it says, the scripture says he was breathing out murderous threats against the believers and imprisoning them. And it says those who had been scattered because of their faith. It says they didn't go into hiding. No. It says they preached the word wherever they went. That's a good example of what it means to be all in with God. And so our prayer should be not that persecution won't come. Of course we should pray that. No one wants persecution. But our prayer should be this: when persecution happens and when things like this happen, that our hearts would be all in for God and all in with what God has, because really there's nothing else that matters in this world except being all in with Him. God bless you today.